Hola tribe, welcome to the House of Kai. So today we have our medicine oracle read, and let's see what's in the cards for us today, right? Let's see what the vibration is. And I've been dancing in the daily reads verse maybe once or twice a week, and instead of over analyzing and trying to make it perfect, I decided to allow myself to be moved spiritually as to when to make the read. So I apologize if you're seeking daily. We'll see. It may be more daily, it may be weekly. And I know there's a whole lot of other stuff that'll be being offered as we move forward. So the oracle reads are they're nice to connect to the vibration. It's nice to know where we're all at together. I like that. But I'm unsure if it has to be a complete daily thing. So we'll see. Please feel free, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know. And we can see where that goes. Okay? Good. So, oh, I pray you're wonderful. Oh my goodness, I pray you're wonderful. And I don't know about you, but we're getting some really good weather down here, so it's thrilling. It's really thrilling. Ooh. Man, that's a good one. So I just shuffling, and I'm being guided to stop. And number 8, Yoluka Vahini. She who rides the owl brings justice. I'm being drawn to the vibrant colors around her head. And it's interesting, I see as if it's, I don't even know if that's in the card image itself, but I feel her arms wrapped around the owl, holding it, cherishing the vibration of it, right? The owl energy is within the heart and expanding. She who rides the owl brings justice. Truth and wisdom. Truth and wisdom. I, for one, know that I like to get to the core, to the root, right? And if you've ever done gardening or had to deal with messy situations, right? In order to clean it up, we have to get to the core issue, right? We have to dig deep into the roots. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes they're dense and thick. Wow. Wow. You know, looking at it, I didn't think, just the vision I saw was that her arms were wrapped around it. And there are no arms here. There are no arms. But I still sense and feel that it is that which is her, right? She's got it wrapped. This knowing in her heart. Such a groundedness in this energy with this unbelievable expansion coming out the crown, right? Feels like movement forward. It feels like getting to core issues in order to create movement forward. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. So I'd love to know, what are you personally dealing with that needs to get to the core issues? And is it fun? I'm just about to shuffle this next deck, and the bottom of the deck is core. Look Look at that, right? Coming into our root, coming into the core of it all. I, for one, choose truth, always, always. You know, I've said to people, I would rather know the truth than a lie any day. I would rather get to the core. I would rather know where I stand within relation to others, within truth, than to live in a lie. Yeah, 100. You know, in the last few months, I had, I'm so sad I'm going to say it like this, but a frenemy. And at the time, I had not had them in that category. They were my friend. And over a short period of time, after all of this unfolded, the truth just kept coming to the surface and coming to the surface. And they had said to me, they said, how did they say it? Something to the fact of, can you stop seeking to be right? I think seeking to be right. It really was stop seeking truth. Can you stop seeking the truth and just accept what is right now? Can you just stop seeking the truth? And that's so funny to me. And just accept what is right now. Clearly they didn't know me. Clearly they didn't know me. Because I don't stop until the truth is revealed. Just who I am. Just who I am. And it gets messy. It gets messy. And sometimes we uncover pieces of truth, fragments of truth, and we must chew on it for a while, right? You have to uncover fragments of it and see what it's all about and digest it, right? So I often say to people, sometimes I drink the poison. You may have heard me say this in other videos, right? I will literally go in and drink upon the poison that someone's offering me so I can figure out what the cure is, so I can decode what that actual poison is amongst the lie, amongst the truth, right? Because there's always fragments of truth, right? I love that the people, what is it? The devil's in the details, right? Or the other phrase that you often hear is that, I think it's something like, the devil will tell you 9 truths in 1 lie. For real. So the difficulty is when engaging with people, they tell you just enough information to make you believe things. And if you allow yourself to sit in it blindly and not notice red flags and details and hold those vibrations to your core, right? Who are you to the center of your being? Who are you to the core of your being? And is the information and data that's coming at you, does it resonate in harmony or does it add discord, right? And so allowing ourselves to be in that, because that is the guiding light. Your central being is the light, is the way. And if you don't know how to trust yourself, then that's where we start. We start to learn how to trust ourselves so that we can get clear of the bullshit and the fragments, right? And so it's interesting because this person who had said that to me of like, can you just stop seeking that truth? Can you simply just accept what is right now and, stop having to be right? I think that's the funniest is I don't seek truth to be right. I don't seek truth to be right. I seek truth for truth, right? Truth is painful. I don't want to be right half the time. It's so funny to me. It's so funny how often people can get upset when they hear truth or that they know you're correct in what you're saying. And I don't even want to say right. I'm using her terms. Being in alignment with the vibration, right? Being in alignment with the vibration. I don't care if I'm right. I think that's the difference. I don't care if I'm right. And more often than not, I wish I wasn't. Truth hurts. Truth can be painful, right? When truth comes in and it is received, it is often creating pictures and giving you stories that you really wish you didn't have to hear, right? But I would rather that any day over lies. I would rather that than keeping a frenemy in my close circle. Those that are actually good friends of mine know that I actually get really, really upset if I have introduced them to people that turn out to be frenemies later on. Oh, it's so upsetting to me. It is so upsetting to me to introduce someone that appeared to be a friend and then eventually showed up as a low quality person or manipulative person. Because it's not like I go around afterwards telling people that they're a manipulative person. I have to allow that person to play their card in their hand within the circle. It's not up to me to tell people. It's up to the people to figure out the truth, right? And so the sadness inside of me and the dissatisfaction in knowing that I may have introduced somebody to my tribe that ends up being a low quality being. And I say that in the kindest of ways, just they're not in integrity. I mean, it happens. We all fall from grace. All of us. All of us fall from grace. It's how we show up afterwards, right? If we looked at each and every human being and only looked at them as their fall from grace, then no one would be able to stand back up again, right? Then everybody would be a frenemy. Like, if you look at people to realize that their fall from grace was most likely the most powerful thing that took place on their journey in order to bring them further down their path, right? What choices do they make after their fall from grace, right? Do they make choices of integrity and love after they fall from grace? Or do they try to, keep covering up that fall from grace and manipulating and making choices and redirecting people? And own it. Own your mess. Own the shit, right? If you don't own the shit, then what the fuck's the sense in it, right? We all have it. We all have it. So, moving forward. This is unbelievable. So the second card we got here is Fortitude, right? Owning it and moving forward with the strength, capability, and endurance, right? Fortitude. Bringing justice to all things. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And the fortitude to do so. Oh, and I look here. So in the hand of the, I almost want to say, I keep hearing Wolverine. Interesting. But This beautiful man, he's holding a locket and a heart. Right? Notice he has antlers, right? He has a wolf crowning him. We have a hawk. Yeah, we have a hawk. We have a, I almost want to say bobcat, but I definitely have a cat here in the center, right? It appears as if there may be a dove in his hand. And is it a ferret? I think it's a little ferret. I love ferrets. Ferrets are the cutest, most simple-minded. They're brilliant creatures. They're absolutely brilliant creatures. But they're like, they have no retained memory, right? They know how to manipulate. They're like kindergartners, you know what I mean? Or younger. They're like infantile fun. They're amazing creatures. They are so fundamental, and I love them. And then in his hand is this beautiful heart. Oh wow, and it's the first time I'm noticing it in his shoulders, on his shoulders of his cloak, are the elders. There are elders supporting him, moving him forward. Yes. Following his heart. Following his heart. Right? The fortitude. Justice. Moving us forward. Right? We are there. We are there. This is a powerful time we are in right now. It's an extremely powerful time. And I'm happy that I'm only doing readings so often. It feels right. So I apologize. If you do seek more, please feel free to reach out, or we can do personal readings. So let me know if you're interested in that. If my guidance readings aren't enough for you and you're seeking more, please reach out and I'll offer you. We can do private readings. But the information is so big that it's like days. It's days that allowing it to be exactly what it is. All right. So bringing justice. Bringing justice. Holy shit. Yeah. On the wings of the owl. On the wings of the owl. Oh my goodness. And so now we work with Ganusha. Ganusha. Oh, I love Ganusha. Oh, I love it. I cut the deck on divine support. I'd say that's a good place to cut a deck. Oh, and the other side is promise of the future. Ah, I love it. I'm going with it. All right. So let's see here. Let's see. I believe that each one of us, right, there is justice being served in each one of our lives. Those of the light tribe are clearing and bringing medicine to all different places and in spaces within the system. We're healing it. We are healing it. We're bringing the medicine everywhere we can right now, and justice will be served. Justice will be served. Wow. Okay. Let's see. 2 more shuffles, I'm being told. 2 more shuffles. Wow. I have felt this building. And so feeling it come into the fruition here. Yeah. Wow. Clear your energy. Clear your energy. Removing the obstacles within our path to bring about this justice. Right? We are the vessels. We are the vessels, and the energy must be purified. Right? And so the majority of us have been doing the work steadily. But there's always more. There's always more. I know myself, I can be out of balance sometimes. But then how I treat my body. And it's been a very big discussion internally and with good friends of how I'd like to move forward and get myself on track properly. Consistency. It's really needed. And so I think it's time for all of us. And I personally know in my journey of letting things go, right, in order to balance out my body, if I've wanted to lose weight or let go of a substance or whatever it may be, I have found that in order to do so, it is best to not focus on what I'm trying to let go of, but bring other things in that make me feel good. So don't focus on what you're letting go of or what you need to purify of your system. Focus in on what it is your body needs to start to clean it out or balance it out, right? And then usually that other thing goes away, right? The intention, like unrooting that deep root, right? Like in order to get to the root of it all, sometimes we need to dig to the side. If you went right into the root, then usually it's denser. It's much more difficult to get there. So if you start to cut away the edges and get all around it, it's easier to get underneath and get to the root. So don't focus on, quitting cigarettes, or don't focus on letting go of alcohol, or don't focus on letting go of sugars, that kind of thing. Focus in on what else can you bring into your body that would benefit you, right? There are many avenues to look at that. So, I did a thing with like smoking that I would, every time I wanted a cigarette, I would suck on a water bottle, like the ones with the sucky lid. So it gave me the sensation of having a cigarette, that response. So finding something to fulfill the other need to start to bring it in, or I would take a walk, or actually I had a really good trick that if I wanted to have a cigarette, I had to do, I think it started with like 10 jumping jacks, and then eventually it was, when I was really quitting, it was like 100 jumping jacks. You can have one, but after you do 100 jumping jacks. Yeah, do 100 jumping jacks, and then go ahead and you can smoke one. Yeah, I don't think I ever smoked one after I did 100 jumping jacks. But, so, clearing up our energy, right, in order to come into balance within ourselves to bring the justice that is necessary as we move forward. We are all in it, and I think for the first time in my own personal life, or at least it seems that way, that instead of, berating myself for making decisions on, different things that I was like, I really wish I didn't have that, or I did, judgment of self. Instead of judging myself, I kind of just like, so I did it. Yeah, that's that. I'm not going to hold attachment to it because that only keeps me there longer, right? So instead of being upset with myself that I made that decision, I kind of looked at it as like, oh, that's right. I didn't want to do that, did I? Yeah, it kind of made me feel like crap, didn't it? All right. Well, let's see if we can not do it. Maybe I can introduce something into my system so I can not want to do it, right? Or not eat it, or whatever it is. Can I make a different decision? Can I make a different decision in order to change the pattern, right? To change the pattern. And so I got one card here, but I'm definitely feeling like I need to shuffle and see if there's another card to come to the surface here to finish off this reading. Wow. Whew. This is powerful medicine. This is really, really good, you guys. This is really, really good. And so clearing. Hi, baby. my little guys have been in tonight, so. Little babies. Good. Yeah. Clearing our energy. Oh my, okay, it's come up twice. Good. So, perseverance. Perseverance. Right? That was the card I originally picked right off. Tending to our needs. I think it's interesting because in this card, the being is focused on this bird, on loving of a creature, and its back is towards the audience, right? It's not caring about its surrounding. It's just its intentions are focused where it needs to be. Yeah. And to look at this card, we also have there's like a little shadowing of a family down here. So I don't know if you can see, but down here, it's like here's the father and here's the mother and child, right? So there's an energy being here that is putting its attention on what needs to get done, and its loved ones are waiting, right? So allowing ourselves to put our attention and energy where it needs to be and know that all things are falling into place. Don't get overwhelmed by all that is taking place. It's taking place for a reason. It's all taking place for a reason. And I cut the deck twice and shapeshift. Right? Wow. Clearing our energies. Allowing ourselves to reshape ourselves into the beings we wish to be. Shedding layers that no longer serve. Recreating. Yeah. And know that even in a day-to-day moment, the capability of shape-shifting, right? Adapting to our environments. Holding the energy and frequency that is needed in order to achieve our goals, right? Sometimes we don't think we can. Sometimes if we allowed ourselves, we would be small and see ourselves that way, or overly grandiose. We think we're more than what we are. Shape-shifting is a beautiful medicine in order for us to get through, right? Sometimes we need to, you know that phrase of fake it to make it. It's not about faking it. It's about embodying the energy long enough in order to recreate. And shape-shift. So, as we clear our energies, oh my goodness, I love it. And I just keep having this feeling of bringing it back to innocence, right? Bring it back to innocence. Truth is innocence. Some of my favorite, and I know you know, is time is shared with children. And hi, baby. And sharing that time with children, they're so raw. They just spew truth out at you, and they say things that if that was an adult saying that to you, you would probably take it as an insult, right? You'd take it as like, you're an asshole. But when a child says it to you, like, oh, okay, shit, that's harsh, kid, but thanks. I guess, I guess that works. So allowing ourselves to be present and know that truth is truth. Allow yourself to shapeshift around so that you can heal, right? It's funny, my story of, I remember a friend of mine and I was over her house and she has a bunch of kids. And me and her youngest daughter were playing. This is so funny. And a little backstory for me is that I had lost a lot of weight. I had lost over 160 pounds. And I had a lot of extra skin. I did it over a long period of time. I did it naturally. And, hi, baby. Excuse me, that's my kitty. He's talking. Okay. Okay. Well, long story short, the little one turns to me and she sees the extra skin on my belly and she goes, "Your belly's old." It was one of the greatest gifts ever said to me. All the shame and guilt I had around having carried so much weight for so long, and my belly was just old. That's fine. I could handle it. I could handle it. Changed everything for me, right? So, we move forward in justice. We move forward in justice. So, clearing our energy, right? Allow yourself to shape shift, even in small doses. Stepping into the being that we're meant to be, right? Perseverance. Oh my goodness, I am so excited right now. Thank you for sharing this time. Please, again, like, share, subscribe. If you have any comments, I would love to hear your stories. I would love to know where you're at, all right? And if you would like any work from me, would you like some readings, or if you'd like some breath work or healing energy work, just give me a shout out, all right? Peace out, tribe. Mwah.